just so that I could get a feel for how they are. But out of fear of erasing all of my files and everybody on my networks, I'm not going to run these, specifically the ransomwares. And on that note, do not run any of the viruses I talk about here today. If a dumbass like me is scared to run some of these, that should be pretty telling not to run some of these. And if you do, use a virtual machine. Don't be dumb. Thank you. That ransomware had some scary features to it, but what about a ransomware that was entirely made to scare the recipient? Well, I guess all ransomware is supposed to be scary, but you'll see what I mean. Jigsaw was yet another ransomware that did the whole pay Bitcoin to get your files back shtick, but it used Billy the Puppet from the horror movie Saw to really scare the person who was affected. This is an older ransomware, so it's absolutely hilarious to see it asking for zero point 0.4 BTC. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I won't be able to afford that. It's crazy that someone decided to make the already scary experience of getting ransomware even more stressful by adding an actual horror element. And on top of that, it apparently threatened to dox you if you didn't comply. Oh, okay, that part might not be true because I read it on Wikipedia, but still, it's messed up if it is. This is a horrifying concept, but for some reason, this virus is weirdly polite. I've encrypted your files. Oh, but don't worry, they're okay, I swear. Don't you dare do anything funny, or else I'll erase it all. Thank you. Jigsaw is truly an interesting and terrifying concept for a virus. Combining that rushed feel of needing to pay the virus before something bad happens with the unsettling theme of horror makes for a devious program. I'm by no means praising these programs, I mean they were made by scumbags, but learning about them and seeing how they tick is still kind of fascinating. Okay, I don't know if this next virus was supposed to be scary. I could see it being creepy in some instances, but I personally just think it's downright hilarious. Okay, imagine you turn on your phone and all you see is this. SymOS Skulls, a Trojan virus that was made for Nokia phones. Damn, they really had a virus for everything, huh? What's next, a virus in a Sonic fan game? Oh yeah, that's right. Anyways, the SymOS Skull virus really wasn't anything insane. It would replace every single app on your phone with these non-functional skull icons, and your phone would basically just become useless. Simple, yet absolutely brilliant. Pretty short explanation, I know, but it didn't stop there, because that was only SymOS Skulls .a. There was a surprising amount of these made. There was F that uses a flashing image of a real skull, and then there was also J that was the same thing but without the flashing. M made them red, and of course Skulls B had no skulls at all. Thank you f-secure.com and DanoOct1 because you have helped in preserving the goofiest string of viruses that has ever existed. Were these all made by the same person? Was there just a massive coincidence that a bunch of virus developers made Nokia viruses that heavily used skulls? I guess it could be a little scary, especially as a kid having your phone taken over by a bunch of skeletons, but I think it's just silly. Now, what's supposed to protect you from all these scary and admittedly hilarious viruses? Antiviruses, right? Well, what if the antivirus itself was also a virus? NavaShield was a rogue antivirus, which is a type of antivirus that was, get this, rogue. Yes, I know. Thank you. I'm brilliant. Now, there's a lot of antiviruses that try to scam you out of your money, or just mess up your computer for the fun of it, but NavaShield is an interesting case, because it tries to force you to buy its software. After downloading this program, it would start to heavily push its paid version onto you. Special offer my ass. Hold on. Save 80% off? Okay, hear me out. If you wait about a week or so and ignore the incredible deals being offered to you, it doesn't just delete your files or anything boring like that. No, it begins to go absolutely bonkers. It permanently starts laughing at you with this creepy ass laugh, and then starts to bring in a second laugh as the time goes on. Not only that, it opens up a ton of, unsavory websites. Good luck explaining to your parents why the computer is not only laughing at you, but it's covered in naked ladies. Other payloads that NavaShield allegedly had was sending out emails, using the text-to-speech voice to swear at the user, and threatening to erase your hard drive. All of this over a max of $40. That is a whole new level of pettiness. Now, as mind-bafflingly hilarious as this program was, this is horrible. Scaring the user and spamming inappropriate sites for like $10 is an insane low to fall to. But I do have to give Novice Shield this. It is the first virus I have ever seen that gaslights you. Oh no, you have to buy the premium version because you have a virus. How'd that get there? I don't know. And those were just a few unintentionally spooky and entertaining viruses that I have come across. I do understand that there is a lot of malware that can be seen this way. I'd love to spend the whole video talking about and dissecting what makes certain viruses scary or cool, but maybe I could focus on more real viruses in a future video. Let me know if you'd want to see that in the future. But for now, let's move on to the viruses that were created with the sole purpose to entertain. I mean, some of these do destroy your system in the end, but how else are you going to see the funny Mr. Krabs picture? That's the only way you're allowed to see Eugene here. If you don't lose all of your files, you don't see Mr. Krabs. It's simple as that. While normal viruses do intrigue me a lot, viruses that were made for entertainment purposes get a lot more creative with what they do, especially when it comes to getting a little scary. Like the infamous Windows XP horror virus. It was this creepy and slightly cheesy virus that turned your computer into a scary version of Windows XP, and I kinda loved it. There is a real functioning virus out there that not only renders your computer useless, but also has a fucking Phantom Balloon Boy jump scare. That is absolutely amazing. Also, the Evil Dead 2 skull is still there. That's always a welcome one. That one skeleton Twitter account. Hey, how's it going? Another virus I mentioned last video was a SpongeBob themed one, which I've actually got another one to talk about today. Horror Crabs 2.0 was developed by Pankoza, who not only has developed a zillion other custom viruses, but has featured on this channel before. They made that one SpongeBob virus called Horror Bob, which I see a running theme with the names here. Horror Crabs 2.0 runs pretty similarly to the SpongeBob one. Starting up the program, your computer quickly runs a command prompt, and then the computer restarts. And that's it. Thanks for watching my awesome virus review. Follow me on Facebook and Google+. Okay, I may have lied because after the computer restarts, it turns out that Mr. Krabs was here! Thanks to Krabsy, your computer has been completely overhauled. The background is stuck as this picture of bloody splotches, Task Manager doesn't work anymore, and there's a million files on your desktop labeled Mr. Krabs was here. They don't really do anything though. Sorry to all the Krabs fans out there that were excited. And to top it all off, the man himself appears on your desktop while scary music plays in the background. Now, when I ran this was quite literally the extent of it. Sure, it makes your computer a pain to use, but it's still somewhat usable. So much for a scary, destructive virus. I thought you were cool, Mr. Krabs. Okay, so turns out that it just didn't run right on my computer, because what's supposed to happen is that a list of rules pops up for what not to do.